Lockdown. Minister Maite Nkoana-Mashabane joins me now live on the line. Minister, very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us here on the SABC News channel. Looking at the numbers as announced by Minister Bheki Cele, more than 87,000 related calls in just the first week of the national lockdown. With 2 more weeks to go, really, it looks like the lockdown has left many women vulnerable and in danger.
Well, the national lockdown that came with COVID-19 found a program that has already been initiated by government, working together with the non-governmental organizations to deal with the scourge of gender-based violence and related incidences that undermined the respect and honor of women. Yes, as a department that must advocate and work with other agencies to monitor whether women, youth, and people with disabilities are not only feeling safe, but are safe. We have a responsibility to make sure that that happens. So prior to COVID-19 coming about, the President had launched a National Steering Committee which would look at how we should deal with the scourge of gender-based violence, because women came out in their thousands to say enough, it's enough. But looking back from where we come from, normally when it comes to period annually, when it comes to the period of lull, if you like the festive season or Good Fridays or long weekends, you find that women find themselves concentrated, human beings find themselves concentrated in one area, and women get, unfortunately, victimized. The other thing that's very painful about South Africa is that when women are compromised most of the time, it will not be by strangers. 60% of those who will maim, who will kill, who will rape, who will all do all these things against, evil things against women, 60% of them are the persons who are supposed to protect them. These are the closest to them. Mm-hmm. That's when women came out in their thousands and said, enough, it's enough. President Ramaphosa had responded adequately or timely to say we need to have this steering committee, though in interim, that which will look at how do we work as government and non-governmental organizations or as SCOs to make sure that once and for all we deal with this case.
Yeah, let me just come in there, Minister, due to time constraints, because I just want us to come back to the issue around the impact of this national lockdown on gender-based violence. Are you not worried as the department, having read those numbers, the 87,000 reported related GBV cases that have been reported in the country, are you worried as the department? Because the reality is that these vulnerable women are now stuck with these abusive partners at home. A call has been made for people to stay at home.
Well, we are not only alarmed, we are disappointed, but having said that, we've had a discussion with the Minister Delil and the Minister of Social Development, who had offered safe shelters for women who really need to be segregated from this challenge that they are faced with. And some have already moved, some are moving, some preparations are being made that it be. But I think as South Africans, while we are dealing with these matters, we should also go back to basics to say that gender-based violence, it's not our culture, one. Number two, deal with that which dehumanizes women amongst our people and as in our culture. That is, women must feel safe in their communities, in their homes, in their churches, and at a place where they should feel much more safe. Home for a woman must be a sanctuary because there is absolutely no home without a mother.
All right.
So while we are working on this, the permanency is not about finding them shelters that they leave their comfort zones and go squat somewhere. But in the meantime, when we find ourselves in a situation where they need to be rescued out of the situation, we should, working together with the social cluster, reach out to the women and be able to support them.
So you've spoken about shelters that are available for those who may need a place of safety, but what other extra measures or alternatives have been put in place by the government really during this lockdown?
The other measures is that which Minister Cele had referred to. We must make our laws, our bills work. Those that need to be relooked need to be done so urgently. So while we are looking at the bills and the legalities, we should also be looking at what is it that practically we can do. I'll let me give an example of the protection order. Protection order, when it came about, it was supposed to have been earth mover. But at the moment, women are saying, it's as good as you are not having any protection whatsoever. We are also aware that, secondly, that there are some women who would report cases, and then as long as, after a few days, the perpetrator is bailed and comes back into the community and commit the same crime. So that's why His Excellency President had called upon that if anybody, even with COVID, is found wanting in this crime and is found guilty, they should not, one, get bailed, two, if they are sentenced, they should be no parole. So there are legal means through Parliament that we are also supporting that which should continue pre or after. But also to remind South Africa that the call for enough is enough. Women have had enough of gender-based violence. Started long before we could even anticipate that we'll be facing this menace of COVID-19.
All right. So very quickly on this one, Minister, for someone who's watching this interview and who's currently locked down with that abusive partner in the house, let's just remind them of their rights, the rights that they still have in the country, even if they experience a GBV now in this period of a lockdown.
Well, if there's somebody in the house who is presently experiencing that, please let's share this number, 08000150150, or the usual 10-111 of the police. What is very important is reporting by phone, just reporting. It's not enough. Take the details of the person you are reporting to so that you are able to make a follow-up. This is a national number, but as you rightfully say, there are provincial joints that also have their toll-free numbers so that we leave no stone unturned and we reach out and support women as quickly as we possibly can.
All right, that's where we leave it for today. The Minister responsible for women, youth and persons with a disability in the Presidency, Maite Nkoana-Mashabane, on the line there, talking to us about what victims of gender-based violence can do during this lockdown period. So if you are indeed in that abusive relationship, you lock down with that abusive partner, that number is 0800 150 150. It's 0800 150 150 if you would love to report some gender-based violence crime.